A new era begins in Logan this afternoon as Utah State takes the field for the first time as a member of the reconstituted Pac-12 Conference. Mostly cloudy skies and comfortable 78-degree temperatures set the stage as the Aggies welcome FCS West, better known as Idaho State, to Maverick Stadium. Utah State enters the season looking to build on a 6-7 campaign that ended with a trip to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, where the Aggies fell to Washington State. Now the focus shifts to taking the next step in one of college football's newest conference alignments. The Aggies are led by a pair of veteran defenders in senior linebacker Harrison Taggart and preseason first-team All-Pac-12 senior strong safety Brevin Hamblin, one of the conference's top defensive playmakers. Idaho State arrives with nothing to lose and everything to gain, hoping to make an early statement against its in-state FBS neighbor. For Utah State, though, today is about more than just opening the season. It's about beginning a brand new chapter in program history. The crowd is ready, the Aggies are ready, and the kickoff from Logan is just moments away as the FCS West's River Toads / Idaho State take on the Utah State Aggies coming up next.
One of the hidden gems in college football, Merlin Olsen Field at Maverick Stadium in Logan, Utah. A Week 1 showdown with both teams hoping to start their season off on a high note. It's the River Toads and the Utah State Aggies. Reese Davis along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. We'll hear from Holly Rowe in a bit down on the sideline. So Utah State's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. Looking for blockers. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Now the River Toads offense will get the football first. And David, they've got a guy outside that has a lot of potential, but he has to prove that he can be a go-to guy.
No, 100%. They are going to have to depend on him to make plays, to consistently catch.
Oh, he's got some space. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the 1st down. The River Toads can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Direct snap. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. Plows through the defense.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
He's got it on the right. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. And now the River Toads come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Under fire. He's got him in the flat. Sweet cut there. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Big play on the catch. It'll be enough to move the chains, but there is a man still down on the field. The River Toads have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. The give from the gun. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Right back to the well. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. 9th play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll go to the air. Quarterback moving. Oh, what a move. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. And now the River Toads trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, River Toads! They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Utah State Aggies offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants...
There he goes. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Makes the catch. It's Robinson. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Hillstead. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, this is a quarterback who's not known for his running ability, obviously. We've seen him make some great throws, but mobility, that's probably not on your bingo card, and you saw it right there. He gets brought down for the sack.
The Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The run inside. It's Jacobs. He breaks a tackle. Just what they needed, an explosive play in the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. It's complete. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The keeper on the option. There's a crease. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. And the Aggies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Keeps it himself. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. You just hope this turns out not to be too serious. 1st quarter, game 1. It's tough to take an injury this early. In the red area, it's Jacobs. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to pass, it's Hillstead. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw, got the back over the middle. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. The Aggies, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Firing to the right, complete. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Dead center, perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, looking to scramble. He'll pull it down. Short gain on the play before he slides. Now on 2nd down. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Back to pass. Swings it out to the flat. Could not make his way to the corner. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The River Toads will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Now on the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield is Hillstead. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the run, it's Jacobs. He's there to make the stop. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his back in the middle. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throwing right. That's caught. It's Robinson. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. Runs through a man. He might have space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Aggies go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Run in the red zone. It's Jacobs. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Off the play fake. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. After making one field goal, he'll need a little distance on. This one a 40-yard try coming. Splits the uprights, it's good. That brings him to within 1. the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Looks as if it's the junior linebacker who's still down on the play, and Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his condition. Wants to fire on second down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. Hard-hitting tackle. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quickly to the flat in the wide receiver screen. Turning it on! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him. And now the River Toads in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. A spectacular one-hand grab. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
You see this more and more in practice all the time. Everyone practicing one-handed catches ad nauseum, just going up, trying to snag it. Practice paid off for sure.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Kick is in the air. And he'd hoped to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. Handoff to the lone back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Trying to impose their will with the run. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. You hate to see this, all of the work in the offseason and injury this early in the year. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Hillstead. Here's the pressure. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Utah State will be forced to send out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. And the returner is stopped. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Looking downfield on first down. Bringing the heat. He's going to run it. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got him. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They're working that left side, putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Wants to go right back downfield. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Wants to throw it. Pressure coming. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Sometimes you got to fight fire with fire. This quarterback is very athletic, and he's got a lot of speed. He's probably too fast for some of these D linemen to catch up, but not the free safety. He'll go toe-to-toe and go sideline to sideline with his QB all game long.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jacobs. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Looking to throw, it's Hillstead. Fires to the big fella. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Not a lot of room to field this one. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Just make sure to take care of that football. He stopped after a short gain. It'll be 3rd down. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with the Missouri State Bears, taking on the number 8 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Bears, sneaking out of here with an upset victory. Gonna have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome. They finally break into the win column after starting the year 0-3. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Back now to your game in Logan. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team at Maverick Stadium.
The River Toads will boot it away to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. He's going to lose a yard on that one. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air, it's Hillstead. That's caught. It's Johnson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No fair catches here, looking for room. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Under heat, and he gets rid of it.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. And now the River Toads will send out the punt unit. He's got great speed. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. It'll be 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Hillstead. Finds the tight end. Nice tackle there. This free safety coming in like a heat-seeking missile and stopping him a yard short of the 1st down. They punt it away on 4th down. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Quick completion to the right. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to run for it. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. The River Toads come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the RPO, complete. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just barely picked up a yard, but that last completion, it's 2nd and 9. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. After that near turnover, the clock is stopped as they tend to an injured player. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. And now the River Toads decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Off play action on first down. Finds his tight end. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Running inside. It's Jacobs. Maybe some room here. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and his offense is threatening with a first down. They'll move the tight end. On the ground, it's Jacobs. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go right back to the run. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Scanning the field, it's Hillstead. Fires into the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for the score there. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. That brings him to within 1. Just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Got his man on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The River Toads want to crank the tempo.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Might as well stick with him. Fights off a defender. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Gets it to him on the screen. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. And now the River Toads will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Nice move to keep running. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. With a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the catch on the left. He's loose. Touchdown, Aggies! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Working that wide receiver screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. Snagged in the middle. It's Green. Breaks into the open. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver. And man, their fans have been hungry to see that. The option, he'll keep it. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The run inside. It's Taylor. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. First down here as we dive into the college football season, a week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. This quarterback part of their running game. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Got his man. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. The kick is on its way. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. They'll run the counter. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 12-yard line. That's a first down and maybe the start of a long drive. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. To the air. It's Hillstead. Zings it complete to the right. Great move. Now he's got room. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. And they're able to get him on the ground. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. Still running at the 40. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They come through with the explosive play, and they'll have the first down, but we see a man who is slow to get up, and let's check on him. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. To the air on first down. Looking down the middle. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking for a crease. It's Jacobs. And again finds nowhere to run. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage this time. Motion from the wideout. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
And the offense going deep down the field, and you can see the speed they have at wide receiver. These guys scare you to death because their ability to stretch the defense and take the top off of the defense. You saw it right there, and all of a sudden this offense is in the red zone.
They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
And guys, they've come through on the first 2 third-down tries. This one might be a little tougher. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jacobs. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good! Huge 3 points to make it a 2-possession game.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So the River Toads make their way onto the field to open the drive. Looking to throw on first down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Now third and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. There's never a good time for it, but man, do you hate to see it in the first game of the season. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going to take off. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. They'll send the tight end in motion. To the air, it's Hillstead. Rushes on him. And down he goes. A defense bringing the heat. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. He's looking downfield to throw. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge... Oh, they block it!
You know, it's blocked field goals in moments like that that are momentum changers. That could be the difference in this game. What a great individual effort knocking that thing down.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Quickly to the tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use the timeout instead. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Looking to throw again. Fires on the move. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Stopped right at the 40-yard line, and this defense celebrating the turnover.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Fires to the big fella. There he goes. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.
So the Utah State Aggies open up 2026 with a nice home win over FCS West / Idaho State, 19-10. Kind of a slog through the first three quarters, but a strong fourth quarter for the Aggies, and they get the 9-point win. Looking at the team stats, the teams were tied in first downs with 17 apiece. Total offense, Utah State had the edge, 329-247. Rushing yards, neither team could really run the ball. Utah State had 70 rushing yards. FCS West had 46. Passing yards, Utah State had the edge, 259-201. Third down conversion percentage, FCS West had the edge, 42% to 40%. Turnovers, FCS West had the only turnover. That was an interception thrown, and the time of possession battle was won by Utah State by about a minute. Looking at player stats for Utah State, McKay Hillstead finishes 18 of 32 for 259 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. For FCS West, Rob McShell finishes 23 of 35 for 201 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Leading rusher for FCS West was Johnson Jensen, 14 carries for 51 yards and 1 touchdown. For Utah State, they were led by Javen Jacobs, 18 carries for 96 yards for him. Leading receiver for Utah State was LJ Johnson Jr., 5 catches for 141 yards and a touchdown. For FCS West, they were led by Griffin Mathers, 5 catches for 58 yards for him. Leading blocker for FCS West was William Linton with 11 pancakes. For Utah State, it was George Mail with 9 pancakes. Defensive leaders for Utah State that were led in total tackles by Bronson Olivao Jr. with 12. He also led the team in tackles for loss with 4. Javon Robinson led the team in sacks with 2, and Bronson Olivao Jr. Had the only interception for Utah State. For FCS West, no interceptions. Craig Walden led the team with 2 sacks. He also tied for the team lead in tackles for loss with Bryson Aldridge with 2 each, and Caleb Belt led the team in total tackles with 7. Kicking stats for FCS West, Brock Quinn made his only field goal attempt from 55 yards out. It's also 1 of 1 on extra point attempts. For Utah State, Kevin Higgins was 4 of 5 on field goal attempts with a long of 40. It's also 1 of 1 on extra point attempts. Punting for Utah State, Landon Rakow had 4 punts for an average of 53.7 yards per punt. And for FCS West, Cam Beacons had 6 punts for an average of 44 yards per punt. Kick returns for FCS West, Cliff McMichael had 3 returns for an average of 14 yards per return, and Braxton Brothers had 2 returns for an average of 17.5 yards per return. For Utah State, Nico Boncourt had 2 returns for an average of 19.5 yards per return. Punt returns for Utah State, Javon Robinson had 2 returns for an average of 12 yards per return, and Demix Starling had 1 return for 6 yards. For FCS West, Griffin Mathers had 3 returns for an average of 1.6 yards per return. Scoring summary: in the first quarter, FCS West scored first on a 3-yard touchdown run from Johnson Jensen. Utah State answered with a 27-yard field goal from Kevin Higgins, and FCS West led 7-3 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, the teams traded field goals as Utah State got a 40-yard field goal from Kevin Higgins. Then FCS West got a 54-yard field goal from Brock Quinn. It was 10-6 FCS West at half. In the third quarter, Utah State got a 33-yard field goal from Higgins. That made it 10-9 FCS West going into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Utah State gets a 67-yard touchdown pass from McKay Hillstead to L.J. Johnson Jr. and a 29-yard field goal from Kevin Higgins. And that wraps up the scoring and gives Utah State the 19-10 victory at home to kick off the 2026 season over FCS West / Idaho State. Take a look at the headline from the game. It says, home field advantage. The Utah State Aggies are now 1-0 after defeating FCS West at Maverick Stadium. Highlighted players are Bronson Olivao Jr. and Tuffy Clark. You can see Utah State, a higher rated team, of course. And here's Utah State's schedule. It gets a lot tougher the next 2 weeks as they go on the road to take on number 23 Washington. And then after that, they go on the road and face in-state rival 19th ranked Utah. That'll be 2 tough games for the Aggies. Next week 1 game coming your way is going to be UAB at Illinois. In the computer simulation, UAB was crushing Illinois at about halftime from the halftime updates in some other games, but we'll see if it actually goes down like that. I have a feeling Illinois will win comfortably in real life anyway. But from, I'm trying to remember where Utah State is. Logan, Utah, I believe it is. The Aggies of Utah State get the win to kick off 2026, 19-10 over FCS West / Idaho State, and we will see you next time.